Hello everyone, Sarah here. I am here to show you today a super quick, really easy, and fairly inexpensive men's stage makeup tutorial. Now, stage makeup is very obvious in real life. Please, please, please. This is really not meant. This is useful for also if you're a cosplayer, any of that, but it won't fool anyone in real life. You might want to try something else. Anyway, as you can probably see, I am not a grown man, though I have played grown men, particularly this last summer in which I used this very makeup look. I was in a production of Macbeth with my theatre troupe. I played Macduff. He's 30, 40 years old. I had to figure out how to make myself look both older and more masculine, which it's kind of difficult. So, without further ado, let's get started on this awesome men's makeup tutorial. Now, the first thing I always like to do when doing makeup is start out with a good cleansing wipe. Now, this is just an Equate cleansing wipe, not very expensive. And what it just does, along with being very gentle on your skin and good and basically pretty good for you, what it does is it just gets the oil off your skin, because a lot of times, even if you've washed your face a few hours before, you have a thin sheen of oil. It'll cause all of your makeup to melt off under stage lights, or if you're like me and perform outside, under the hot sun. So please, please, please get the oil off your face before you start doing your stage makeup. It'll make your life so much easier. You'll have to do less touch-ups. If it's too oily, you have to add on a ton of powder. It makes your face look flat. It's not fun. So, the next step is I am going to take this Physicians Formula concealer and just put it on some of my more obvious acne on my face, because that's always been a problem for me. And grown adults usually don't have it, and it looks really bad. If you don't have acne, you can go ahead and skip this step, but it does just really correct imperfections in your skin. Now, before you ask, yes, I performed this with my braces on. There's nothing I could do about it, and I'm, I hope, a good enough actor that it didn't distract you bad. It was a troupe of teenagers. More than one of us had braces. Okay, so now that that stuff is nice and blended, what we're going to do next is just taking this New York Colors formula. You should either get one your skin tone, a tiny bit darker, or depending on the look, I've flirted with doing a little bit lighter, but I thought that it made me look really bad because I'm just usually not a very pale person. This is gonna look super dark on me right now because I matched it to my summer color and it is now January. But this New York Colors stuff, you can find it at dollar stores. It is not very expensive. You can afford it. And I also got a huge pack. I was so amazed by this deal. This huge pack of just regular little makeup sponges, and they're really good for smoothing the foundation on your face. Now, spatulas. I'm gonna put it on really thick. When I wear makeup, like for going out or whatever, I don't do this as thick. Remember, it is stage makeup. Now, notice when I did my concealer, I didn't put any on under my eyes, and that is actually for the character's purpose, because I saw him as like a really like constantly exhausted guy. So, yeah, and I'm constantly exhausted as well. So, my under eye circles really didn't need to be removed for this character. But if you're like doing one for like a light and sunny kind of guy, this probably isn't the tutorial for you, because I did do a really dramatic look. But this isn't really the tutorial for you. I did do a very dramatic look for this play because it was sort of set in a noir 1920s alternate universe, which was really fun. But now that the foundation is on, I'm gonna take my sponge end and just begin to blend it Yeah, this is really, really dark for my skin right now. Sorry for not buying any new ones, but I don't wear makeup normally, and I'm not gonna waste my money for just doing a tutorial. But though, even though I didn't put any concealer on my eyes, I'm still putting foundation on just because it's going to help everything stay. This is gonna take forever. Sorry guys, this one takes forever. I could probably recite you a monologue in the time that it'll take me to do this. Now if you get this foundation on your lips, don't worry about it because it's actually like just an interesting physicality thing. Men generally have less pink lips than women do. So if you're a girl super pink lips like I am, that actually can be beneficial to you. Oh god, that's awful. Yeah, so I look orange right now, but that is for a purpose, I promise. Like I said, I matched this to my summer color, and it being January and all, I have lost some of my tan, and I'm quite angry about that actually. But, yeah, make sure you blend under your nose, I always forget to do that. Okay? So now that the makeup is smoothed over my face, now my face looks like a mask. This is supposed to be true because the thick makeup both is really good under stage lights or the sun, and well, with what I'm using for the beard, you want a thick layer of foundation or you're going to have really stained skin for weeks. Don't ask me how I know. Gotta remember to put on that foundation thick. And next is powder. Now, powder is good too because it like seals the makeup from the sun. And it helps it sit, and it takes off the shine. And it helps it sit more naturally on your skin than it would otherwise. Well, most of you have probably used powder before. If you're somebody who wore makeup, I used to wear makeup. I really don't anymore. My skin's bad enough as it is. So no, I don't really wear makeup anymore. So now that I have on my powder, do I have it all blended around my jawline? Yes, I do. Okay. So now that I have on my powder, which I totally forgot to tell you, it's just CoverGirl powder. It's CoverGirl, just pressed powder. This is probably the most this is the most expensive thing in the kit. It's only, I think when I bought it, $4 or $5. It's not that expensive. So again, wait, yeah. None of this stuff is really that expensive, especially if you use stuff that isn't just designated for stage makeup. Like, when I used to wear makeup, I would just use the concealer and powder in my everyday makeup, but I'm not going to use nice foundation for this. Now, next, I have another product by LA Colors. Again, it can be found at dollar stores, just about $1 or so. Not very expensive, but I like it. I like it for this. Now, remember, this makeup look is very striking to see. So, and it's also stage makeup. I'm not going to blend this powder in very well because I need my features to stand out. That is the most important part of male stage makeup, is make your features stand out. Make your cheekbones stand out, make your nose stand out. I don't have a problem with that very much, but just emphasize the bone structure in your face. Women generally have softer faces than men do. I know that even for a woman, my face does have some decent bone structure in it, but you can still tell I'm not a guy. So, what I'm going to start with is just this nice brown in this LA Colors palette. You don't have to use an LA Colors product if you really want to go like hog wild. You can get some more expensive stuff, but just a nice brown is gonna work. So first thing that I'm gonna do is emphasize my jawline. Now, if you have a somewhat strong jaw, I used to have a stronger jaw, but then I got fat. So, if you have a somewhat strong jawline, still do this step, but you might not have to emphasize it as much as people with a soft jawline do. Now, if you have a hard jawline, you're already like halfway there, man. Like, good for you. And again, not all men have a very solid jawline, but it is a decidedly masculine feature that fools the eye, as you might have seen. And notice I'm not blending my jawline very well because I'm going to be putting a beard on over it, but if you're like doing this if you're not going to do the beard, you should draw in the jawline more. I just didn't because I am putting on a beard. When I did my friend Kaylynn's makeup, who was playing Macbeth, she did not wear the beard, so I actually had to blend her jawline more than I did my own. No. Hit it under the lip. Notice bone structure. Emphasize your nose. And around the nose, I actually do blend quite a bit for stage makeup, but that's just because I already have a rather prominent nose, and I don't want to look like comical. Now this part is pretty important. You can skip this step again if you have very strong eye structure. Now I'm just continuing to use that brown palette. I look like a member of ABBA. Now, remember when doing this makeup, if you look like a member of ABBA, you're doing it right. If you don't know who ABBA is, you're too young to watch my channel. Now, if you think that I look like if you think that I'm starting with, especially because like, I swear to God, I loaded up on the powder right here on my face. Because again, men generally do have a much stronger nose bridge, or at least, well, I'm white. White men have a very strong nose bridge generally. If your race does not have a very strong nose bridge, you may want to alter this to suit the men of your race. It's very, very important. Here, what really helped me was watching male family members, how their faces moved, how their faces looked. I actually modeled this particular look and I got told that I look like my uncle a lot. Now, let's do a little bit in the temples. Again, it's not super blended, but it is blended a little around my hairline. Now, if your character wears bangs or something, one, this makeup look is too old for that character, and two, yeah, you might want to not do this if your character wears bangs. Now notice I don't blend that much around the eyes, but that's cause look, here's an even better one, okay? Like, this is what I like to do, just drag out. Make sure that you drag out the corners of your eyes a little, not all the way to your temples, but just out a little bit. And then you fill in your then we're still filling in our temples, guys. I know that it may seem like I'm repeating steps, but that's just because I am adjusting it as I'm doing it. Depending on that, fill in your temples with it. What am I missing? Oh yeah, emphasize whatever this little divot in the front of your lip is called. It has a name, but like no one cares about the name. Should I emphasize that? And I'm blending a little more around my nose. No. Oh, what is that? Okay, now cheekbones. Male and female facial structure actually has different cheekbones. Men tend to have higher cheekbones, whereas women tend to have fuller cheeks. So I'm going to be giving myself more emphasized higher cheekbones to look more masculine. So I haven't blended yet, calm down. Now, this, again, please don't wear this for every day. It will look ridiculous if you wear it for every day. You will look like a skeleton. But from an audience sitting several feet away from me, my face actually looks much stronger than it did. Now, I don't really blend this look basically at all, because again, I am aging him quite a bit from myself. But that's about, let's see. Now I'm gonna apply another layer of powder to this. This is the only blending that I do, and I'm just blending the powder along my cheeks. Notice, here's something, I didn't put on blush. That's because for this tone of the show that I was doing, it was very noir. It was set in the 1920s. I really wanted a noir look. I didn't put blush on. However, if your play is not set in the 20s or set in a noir era, you may want to apply blush, but it just didn't work out for me. So, next step is, now that is it for the makeup. So if you were just looking for the makeup, you can stop the video now, or consider, come on. Now, this is really fun to do. It smells terrible, but it's really fun to do. Now, what I have here is a little canister of kiwi brown shoe polish. Now, for the beard, I did try several different looks. I tried just powder, I tried like light dust stubble, and it just didn't look realistic to me. So, what I have here is shoe polish and a toothbrush. This is a really, really used toothbrush. I did sanitize it before I used it for my face. Now, this stuff takes a while to put on, but it is the reason why you wanted to put on that thick foundation at the beginning, is because this is shoe polish and it will stain your skin bright yellow if it doesn't have a protector under it. So, without further ado, here's how to apply it. Now, rub some on the toothbrush. Apply it like so. Under the jaw. Ignore the sounds of my family making noise. See, and I fudged it there. And next, again, we are going to take powder, and all of my brushes are e.l.f. Just dab it on a little just to slightly blend it into your skin. And I have an orange one here that I'm going to use to add depth. As I get older, I'm going to add a tiny bit of white, just where my dad grows his white. And there you have it. This is my sick male makeup tutorial. Imagine it with some slick back hair and a suit. All of this can be taken off with just a couple of makeup wipes. It may take you a couple, but otherwise, I'm glad that you enjoyed this. Thanks, bye.